I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired, but we got to keep on working, bro. We got to keep on working. It is free agent frenzy here. We got so much stuff that's going on. It's just crazy. It is literally crazy here. We have some more news here. We know Aaron freaking Rodgers is going to the Jets. And Aaron Rodgers is like that kid in the candy store right now. He knows that the Jets want to keep him happy. They don't want to see him crying on the floor and having a temper tantrum. They are trying to appease him in every which way they can. So here's where it gets interesting because Aaron Rodgers, not enough that you go ahead and pay him what he wants. That's not enough. It's not enough that you give away compensation to Green Bay to make sure you get him there, right? It's not enough that you got his former offensive coordinator there and stuff to go ahead and make sure that everything's cool. So now the Jets, he's got a wish list. Mommy, can I get my friend Alan Lazard over here? Sure, Johnny. We'll work on that. Hey, I want to get Randall Cobb too. Can you get me Randall Cobb? Oh, sure, Aaron. We'll get you Randall Cobb. And I think he's literally just it's kind of like, in Die Hard, in the movie Die Hard, where they're basically trying to, just mess with the FBI. They're giving their list of demands of things that they want, right? And then the guy names one thing, we want such and such release. He's like, who? He's like, I read about him in Time. Oh, okay. So now, Aaron Rodgers says, I want Odell Beckham Jr. Why don't you just go ahead and put Tariq Hill on the list too? Because literally, at some point, you're going to make him mad. You're going to make Aaron Rodgers mad that he didn't get everything that he wanted. And this is the bottom line with Aaron Rodgers. He wants everything. So for those out there who say, go get Aaron Rodgers, the Dallas Cowboys would have gotten Aaron Rodgers and that would have been it. And he would have been pissed off. He literally would have been pissed off. Now, for us, we've lost Noah Brown. Noah Brown has signed with the Texans. Congratulations on getting a new gig, which means that we don't have to see Noah Brown, Clifford Franklin, any more catches ever again. No more Clifford Franklin on the Dallas Cowboys, which means, though, we have another hole. Now, back to Odell Beckham Jr. Depending on what you believe, now remember there's the 90-10 rule, where 90% of what you're hearing is bullshit, that's made up off of the 10% that's actually correct. We're hearing that Odell is looking for between 15 and 20 million. Now, the thing I say is, who says the lower number that they'll accept? If you're saying you're looking for 15 million, then why are we talking about 20? You're looking for 15 million. You said 15 to 20. Okay, I'm going to give you the 15. See, it's kind of like you never want to give your legitimate offer number, okay? You always want to go above what you think you can get. So that way there's room to negotiate. So if Odell was saying 20 million, he may settle for 15. Now, here's the question, though. Here's the question. Would Odell want to go play with Aaron Rodgers in New York? New York actually has some really good players there. So them going through and signing Odell and Randall Cobb and all these guys and Alan Lazard, weren't Randall Cobb and Alan Lazard there with Green Bay and they only averaged like 20 points a game? Am I wrong on that? And Odell, it's like you are just trying to go through, and I honestly feel like that he's just trying to go through and see how far he can push the Jets. But be that as it may, the question is, at $15 to $20 million, is that a reasonable price for Odell Beckham Jr.? I'm not sure that anybody's going to pay him $20 million. I know a lot of teams would like him. We know Kansas City is definitely interested in him. He looks like he's in shape, although he looks thicker. He looks more like a possession. See, I'm not sure how fast he is because he is definitely carrying more muscle than he used to. So that may change how you use him. The thing that's actually mystifying to me right now is, and wondering, as we're looking at some of the moves that are being made right now, the fact that Jalen Ramsey was only a third-round pick. To me, that's pretty cheap. The fact that the Giants, shout out to the Giants because, they franchise tagged their running back. They got that weapon. They, of course, have locked up their quarterback, got him signed and, a reasonable cap number. And they went out and said, we need to go get some weapons. We're seeing what happens when you get players for a quarterback. We saw it with Josh Allen. You got, Diggs. Josh Allen went to another level. You got A.J. Brown for Jalen Hurts. He went to another level. So the Giants, and they're interested in Odell as well, they traded a third-round pick to get Darren Waller. Darren Waller, who just got his contract at about 14 or 15 million per year, tight end. But only for a third-round pick. Buying Game Time says the Cowboys are getting ready to make a trade for a cornerback. Okay. That would be interesting. You could have traded for Jalen Ramsey, but be that as it may. But looking at the draft compensation that's out there, and also what's also mystifying me too is wide receiver Jacoby Myers signs with the Raiders, 3 years, $33 million. He signed for less than what Michael Gallup signed for last year. Let me say that again. He's not coming off an injury. He's not recovering from an ACL. He signed a deal cheaper than Michael Gallup. So now you have to wonder, has maybe the market kind of settled down a little bit as far as wide receivers go? Is, in fact, Odell Beckham Jr. really worth $20 million? I don't know, but here's what I do know. There's some bargains that are being out here, and we know that the Joneses like a bargain. That you start looking and saying, third-round picks are now getting premier players? Cowboys, you need to be investigating some of these things. Or is it one of those cases where nobody wants to deal with the Joneses? Nobody wants to help the Joneses get better. I don't know, but it's kind of crazy looking at this as the more I see, Darren Waller traded for a third-round pick, seeing Jalen Ramsey traded for a third-round pick, seeing Jacoby Myers signed for $11 million a year. I'm sitting here looking at these numbers and saying, yeah, I understand. They don't want to pay $21 million for Amari Cooper. But I'm looking at some bargains out here that don't look bad at all. We'll see if they do anything. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, he wants Odell Beckham too. We'll keep it going, guys. We'll keep it going. We'll find out about this cornerback.